Ay, baby, won't you come my way? Got something I want to say. Can I keep you on my way? But first off, I'ma start by saying this. Ay, all hands out, if you think you can take my bitch. Ay, and I'm too turned when I shoot, swear I won't miss. Ay, baby, won't you come my way? Baby, won't you come my way?
Anjelita, and if you want to see how to contour and highlight, then please keep watching. So first off, I'm going to use the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser Dark Circles Treatment Concealer. And this is in the shade Ivory. So this is what that looks like. So when you highlight, you want to highlight where the sun would hit the highest points of your face. So basically, it would be underneath your eyes. Oh, and I already have foundation and everything on already, by the way. So underneath the eye, underneath the eyes. I do the forehead. Usually people do the forehead as well. I do the Cupid's bow. A little bit on the chin. I like to do the sides of my nose as well, because I do contour my nose to make it look smaller. And then I do a little bit on the bridge of the nose. So these are all the areas that you would highlight. I'm going to take my damp beauty blender. It doesn't have to be a beauty blender, it can be any sponge. And blend that concealer in. And usually when you highlight, you'll use a concealer that is 1 to 2 shades lighter than your actual skin tone. Some people like a really bright highlight, and that's okay. It's just personal preference. Make sure it blends in really well with your foundation. You don't want any harsh lines or patchiness. So next, I'm going to set my face. Some people do use like a cream contour or a darker concealer to contour. I'm not going to do that. I don't have a concealer that's dark enough to contour with, so I'm gonna use a powder contour. So the powder that I'm using is the Makeup Revolution Luxury Baking Powder in the shade Ghost, and that's what that looks like. And what I usually do is I'll take my damp sponge. Make sure that underneath your eyes are blent out completely, because you don't want to set the creases if your under eyes have already creased. Make sure you blend it out, and then I like to tap my powder in with the Beauty Blender. You can bake your under eyes too if you want. Just make sure you don't forget to dust it off. Not everybody does it. I don't always bake. It just depends on time and what I'm doing. And then I will go in with my powder brush. This powder brush is a BH Cosmetics powder brush. This came in a brush set. I don't know the name of it. But any fluffy powder brush is fine. Try not to make a mess. And then I'll just kind of put it on the rest of my face. That same powder that we used to bake. I'm gonna use a powder brush to just apply it to the rest of my face. Definitely set your face so that your makeup lasts longer. This loose powder is really nice, but it's so messy. Don't forget to set your neck. Make sure when you put foundation on, you blend it down your neck. So you don't have to have your baking sit for a really long time. I let it sit just for a couple minutes until I'm done dusting the powder on the rest of my face. I'm making such a mess everywhere. And, you know, just make sure you dust it off. Next, I will be using my Hoola bronzer by Benefit, and I'm using my It Cosmetic contour brush. This also came in a little brush set. I don't know the name of it either, so it just looks like this. So usually where you contour will be like the forehead, jawline, and the cheekbones. So what I like to do is start where your ear, the top of the ear is, and, you know, kind of press the product in and start to blend upward. Always blend upward, never down. This is more like a bronzer than a contour shade, but I like to contour with a bronzer because it looks really natural and nice. And you can also suck in your cheeks so you can kind of see where your cheekbone is. Make sure that you're focusing most of the product right in here, this area. And then, you know, blend up and out. And then same thing on the other side. Then also, you want to go under the jawline or on the jawline. Make sure you blend down your neck. And do not forget the forehead. For contour, if you want to deepen it up a little bit more, you would just take a little bit of a darker shade and just focus it mainly towards this area. And then just kind of blend it up. But I'm not going to use a darker shade and I don't have one. So just make sure you blend everything. Make sure you blend into the hairline too. I'm going to go on with this cream highlighter by Benefit. It's called What's Up. And it's this. This is what it looks like. And you can, I mean, I've done it over powder before. It's fine. It blends fine. So I'm just going to put it the tops of the cheekbones, above the arch of the brow. And I usually like to take a beauty blender, a damp beauty blender, and tap that into the skin. I feel like it blends it better, makes it look more natural. And then I do like to go over that highlight with the powder highlight. I feel like it makes it pop more. You don't have to do that. You can skip this step. You can just go with the cream highlighter or just the powder if you don't like your highlight to be so intense. But I like intense, so that's what I'm going to do. And to intensify it even more, I have this Mario Badescu facial spray in aloe, cucumber, and green tea. And this stuff smells so, so good. And it's not that expensive. This stuff is really a good product to use. So I just sprayed my brush a little bit. Gonna go in with those shades Summer and Moonstone. These two shades. And I'm just gonna kind of mix them. And go over that highlight. Ooh, that looks so pretty. And I almost forgot, I do contour my nose and my lips a little bit. My lips, just to make them appear a bit thinner, or not thinner, make my lips appear a bit thicker. So I'm going to be going back in with my Hoola bronzer. And I'm using an e.l.f. eyeshadow blending brush. It's a smaller blending brush. I like to use this one. And I'll usually apply some bronzer underneath and in between the Cupid's bow where I put that highlighter. And that just makes them appear fuller. With the nose, I like to start on the side. Kind of going into the inner corner of the eye first. And then bringing it towards that little curve of the nose. And I do go back in with my powder brush and kind of blend everything together so it's less harsh. I don't like it when it's harsh. Blend everything together. And then I take that same spray, and I like to spray my face because I did put a lot of powder on my face, and I feel like it just melts it in and makes it look more like skin. give my face a good spritz. And then I like to blend over that highlight even more since I did apply the powder. Make it look more natural. Not that this looks natural, but it makes it look more like its skin. Okay, I'm gonna go finish my makeup off camera and I'll be back to show you the finished look. And this is the final look. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.